Have you ever taken a photo reference and thought this could make a nice painting, but then struggled to bring it to life? Today I will show you how I personally transform a simple scene into an interesting painting. Again, every artist should have their own vision, but as soon as I capture this overcast reference, my vision is to change this into a moody, atmospheric painting that tells a story. We'll focus on minimal detail and creating a rainy mood and simplifying the scene to make it not to look boring. Before you go, hit the subscribe button so you guys can get weekly video updates from my channel. And let's get started, everyone. As for the supply goes, I'm using Boang cold press watercolor 300 GSM, and you can use any watercolor paper you want, but since I'm doing a rainy painting, I do need 300 GSM to have really nice reflections. And for the paint goes, I'm using Winsor professional grade watercolors, and again, you can use any watercolor paints you want, but make sure it's a decent quality. Let's start by thinking about the story. Here we have a couple walking down a path on a fall day. To make this more interesting, we will set a rainy, misty mood. I will add some clouds at the top because this foreground leaves are chopping down our composition. And I also want to add another light lamp in the foreground because I want to make this lamp glowing to have an interesting element in our painting. And I'll also keep one light lamp in the midground as well, so it can also enhance perspective in our painting. And I'm also thinking of this painting as capturing a fleeting quiet moment and the couples walking to enjoy the fall colors around them. By keeping this story in my mind, I can be more intentional while I paint. And this is my vision, and you could add as much as factors you want in your painting. If you're not sure, do small thumbnail studies to see which one works. Let's go and block the rough sketch before we apply the washes. To create a rainy atmosphere, I'll start with a soft wet on wet background. I'll use cool blues and grays to set the misty, moody clouds and making sure to keep things loose. The idea is to let the colors blend and blur and rain soften the edges and dull some colors. So I'm letting the pigments to flow freely on the paper to capture that effect. And I'm also adding some orange paint for the lamps to glow. One of the keys to making an engaging painting is to simplify the scene. Instead of painting every tree and every leaf, I'll focus on basic few shapes. And you can literally see from the process, I'm thinking everything as a one single shape. Even the red tree, the orange tree, and the tree on the right and the left. And again, I'm making it as simple as possible. Here we will keep the path, the couple, and some of the foliage in the foreground. By removing distractions, the scene becomes more powerful and the story stands out. We will use the same process of simplifications for the foliage in the foreground to the midground, and I'll also combine that with the grass patch which is on the midground as well. And again, I'm using my side of my brush to create this texture and creating this illusion of foliage on the ground. And for the figure, I'm just using the colors I see on my reference and adding it. Without contrast, a painting can feel flat and lifeless. I will add darker tones for the trees, which enhances lighting and shadows. I'll be slowly layering some deeper colors and darker tones around the couple and parts of the path, and you will notice that how this contrast makes them stand out, drawing the viewer's eye to the center of the scene. Remember, contrast doesn't just mean dark versus light, it's just about creating visual interest. When painting a rainy atmospheric scene, less is more. Instead of adding intricate details to every leaf or branch, keep things loose. By letting go of details, we can create a sense of mystery and mood. I'm using loose, minimal brush strokes for the leaves and trees in the background, and I'll only ink the details on the couple's clothing and keeping it simple so they blend in a rainy ambience. Less detail means the viewer fill in the blanks and make the scene more interesting. To really sell the rainy mood, let's add few finishing touches. I'll wet the paper first to add the subtle reflections on the path. A few dark strokes on the ground can suggest fallen leaves, couple walking, the lamp, create these wet patches, adding to this seasonal feel. I'm adding just few lines and reflections on the path to create a wet effect, and these touches are small but add depth and texture without overcrowding the scene. Notice how these final strokes complete the mood without taking away from the simplicity. And there you have it, a simple, moody watercolor painting that tells you a story. By focusing on minimal detail, adding contrast, setting the rainy mood, and letting go of unnecessary elements, you can turn any boring reference photo into an expressive piece of art. I hope you feel inspired to try this approach in one of your own paintings. And give this tip a try, and let me know in the comments if this helped you to see your reference photos differently now. Thank you once again for watching this painting tutorial. Please feel free to share your thoughts on the video in the comment section below. If you have any other watercolor related topics you'd like me to cover, reach out to me at watercolorimpressions@gmail.com or leave a comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and be sure to hit the subscribe button to become a part of our learning community. By subscribing, you'll receive weekly upload notifications and stay updated on our channel and share with your fellow artists, friends and family. And good luck with your painting, folks.